South Pacific, to everyone around the world. I bid you shalom. My morning mental this morning concerns three things, and then I will leave you to your day. The first thing that I need to talk about this morning, because it's been a long weekend and a lot's happened. I say Grand Rising to all of you with two questions to be in my life. Harold Fox, question to be in my life. Grand Rising to Harold. You know, there used to be a time when somebody was walking around with a mask on, you called the police because you didn't know what they was up to. There used to be a time where if you had a mask on, like a surgical mask in public, then everybody would think that there was something wrong with you, that you had like tuberculosis or something. They would avoid you like the plague. Grand Rising Street. But if you don't need any proof that we're living in a new reality, you still cannot believe that the world has shifted into a new reality, that we have passed through the galactic plane, and that the world, in reality, as you know it, has changed. Then think about this. I can walk into a store now with a mask that covers my entire face, with dark sunshades and a baseball cap, and nobody thinks there's anything wrong with it. Nobody thinks I'm going to rob them. Nobody's going to call the police. I can drive down the street in my car, and you can't tell who I am, and everybody is all right with that. Road rage is actually down because you're liable to get shot by somebody that you don't know who it was. Facial recognition systems are having a hard time keeping track of you because we're wearing masks. Masks have been around for a long time, and they serve different purposes. There's masks in theater, there's masks in ritual, there's masks for Halloween, there's masks for surgery. People wear masks for different reasons. Y'all stay with me. I'm going somewhere with this on my morning. I just want to put this on your mind. And then I have to let you know some things. Yet some people wear masks every day. And they're not the kind like this that you can take off. Some people wear masks just so you don't see who they really are. Some people say that when you meet people, you meet them twice. First, you meet their representative, and then you meet the real them. How many times have you met someone, young ladies, and he seemed like the nicest guy, opening doors for you, wiping food off your mouth, being respectful, and then after you get hooked up with that joker, he turns out to be an abuser. He turns out to be insecure. He turns out to be jealous over the smallest things. He turns out to be a complete fool. You see, you met his representative. Yeah, you did. He had a mask on. Bruh, how many times you done met a female and sister girl looks absolutely stunning? Don't say a whole lot, she kind of keeps, she's very controlled with her mouth, and she seems to be, she seems to have a little something about men, so you go along with it trying to be the bruh, and y'all know how we do. I'm gonna keep it 100. We spend all our money, all our time, we doing stuff that even our boys is looking at us like, bruh, what are you doing? And you going like, bruh, she's one. Because you can't see past her mask. You get caught up in her hair that's not hers. You get caught up in her eyelashes that are not hers. You get caught up in her eyebrows that are not hers. You just love the luscious color of her lips that are not hers. You love the height she has because she comes up to here instance, you find out that she's not a she at all. A mask. It's all a mask. The world has changed, y'all. People wearing masks now. Some people are wearing masks about what's happening today. Some people running around wearing masks because they want to take credit for things they didn't do. Some people want to wear masks to act like they're your friends, when the truth of the matter is, they'll stab you in the back the first chance they get. And some people wear masks just so they can try to learn your secret. You see, a lot of y'all don't understand whenever you hear so-called preachers preach about the story of Samson and Delilah. They always talk about the part where Samson cut his hair off and they blinded his eyes. But what they never talk about is the fact that what Delilah was after was not Samson. She didn't care about Samson. Even when he had her head in his lap, she didn't care about Samson. Even when the men came in to take him because he was distracted, can I teach? She didn't care about that. Her job was to find out what was the source of his power. Then once she found that out, he was of no further use. You see, some people only want to get close to you so they can figure out what's the source of your power. What is the source of your blessing? Because they want it, not you. When you're infected with jealousy, that's one thing. But when you're infected with jealousy and envy, that's a dangerous combination. Because what that means is not only do you not want what the other person has, you don't want it, you just don't want them to have it. That's a dangerous combination. So they wear a mask to get close to you. And all of that used to seem weird back in the day, didn't it? Bank robbers always wore the mask. The superhero wore the mask, had a secret identity. Y'all remember that? Remember the whole story was about trying to figure out if anybody was going to find out who he was? Y'all remember that? Remember when Spider-Man mask got ripped off? You remember when Batman lost his mask? That was like the mask came off. And you saw who it was. Well, sometimes we take off the mask because the mask will reveal who's truly under it. Sometimes masks are those of a coward, like the Ku Klux Klan. For somebody who claims that they're superior, claims that this is theirs, everything is theirs, yet they have to hide behind a mask to come administer justice, then that should tell you that they're hiding because they're afraid of you knowing who they really are. Because if you figure out who they really are, then we can touch you. And that brings me to my topic of today, which is no more masks in this house. Let me say it again, no more masks in this house. And you see, my brothers and sisters, when we first started this internet thing, it was fun. It was interesting because we could reach people that we were nowhere near. We could find old friends that we hadn't talked to in a long, long, long time. We could actually touch people who we would never get to touch in real life. And that was in the beginning. But now we have arrived in a situation where now people are hiding behind this internet. They're hiding behind fake names, fake profiles, just fakeness. It's become the norm to wear masks online. If somebody don't like you, you still want to find out what they're doing, you just make a new account. You think they're stupid enough to not realize that it's you hiding behind the mask. Well, there are some people who have a better technique. And now I'm talking about the very platform that we're on, which is Instagram. Facebook, and Twitter. They wear masks too. You see, they hide behind the fact that you're on their platform. So you can't see who's doing it to you. Right now, it says I'm talking to 130 of you. I have over 15,000 dedicated followers. Why do you think they're not all here? They're not all asleep. Because Instagram engages in a practice called shadow banning, which means you're not banned. They don't tell you that you're banned, but they block your notifications to people. But then the people think you did it. You see, they're wearing a mask. They engage in a practice of censoring, violating First Amendment rights. But then they say it's because of something you said. But, you did that. Or they play tricks on you where they give you people you didn't ask for and take away people you want and have y'all arguing amongst yourselves. It's almost like a virtual COINTELPRO. People put on masks. And then the internet service provider helps them out. And then the platform helps them out because they're all one team. So if you haven't noticed, we're shadow banned. But if you want to know how it works, let me help you out. You see, we design software that has the ability to recognize word patterns. We have software that has the ability to recognize certain hashtags. Software that operates on its own, but we're way beyond bots. Bots is old school. Now we're dealing with artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence. And remember, I told you once before, don't praise artificial intelligence if you don't know what intelligence is being imitated. Now, if I was artificial intelligence, then it would be a different type of program than, let's say, a redneck who hates black people if they were the artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence has to be copied from something. So what type of artificial intelligence do you think is on the loose right now on these platforms? I've posted things online for 8 years, nonstop, said some crazy stuff, showed some hellacious stuff. Never got blocked, never got banned, never got nothing. Yet, same thing for you. I didn't have to wear a mask because I didn't have to worry about anybody saying anything. But lately, if we say the wrong thing, if we step on somebody's toes, somebody is sitting around playing the morals police, and they say, oh, and they throw you in IG jail, or they throw you in Facebook jail, or they throw you in Twitter jail, or they will ban you for life because you simply spoke. Words have power. So that's a mask. They're hiding. So today, I want to let you all know some things that I found out. Going forward, first let me handle this business. If you are flying the Not Fucking Around Coalition logo on your profile, take it off. And I will be doing the same. Everyone spread the word. Remove it. That is how they are blocking us. Also, it's a mask. There are people flying the Interface logo who ain't no more interested in what we're doing than a man in the moon. They just know if they show up with a pale face, if they show up with a Latino face, if they show up with a Asian face, if they show up with a whatever type of face other than this, we will know who you are, and we will probably block and ban you, and you'll be on the outside. So today, I am making an official announcement to do not stop, cease, and desist, because I'm gonna take the mask off everybody. You see all these people in my live right now that have these blue, who actually were trying to show some unity. We gonna flip the script and go in the other direction. You see Johnny knowing how to read too. No more NFAC logos. Take them down. Lose them. We know who you are. We have your email address. The other thing is, if you're using the hashtag NFAC, it is an alert to them to block and ban. Do not use it anymore. I'm reversing the course so that we can speak again. No more. And if I see somebody still flying the logo, I'm either going to think that you're hiding behind a mask and you're not one of us, because somebody should have told you. See, I know y'all talk amongst yourselves. Y'all not the only ones who have spies in the midst. I have eyes everywhere. And brothers, a lot of them are sisters, because y'all love to run your mouth to a sister, especially when you cut into another brother. And I will let you know, sisters, they don't play that today. Y'all really think these women are dumb? They're not. As a matter of fact, did nobody tell you that a woman is 3 years older than a male when it comes to intelligence? If I'm 16 and she's 16, she has the mind of a 19-year-old. If I'm 19 and she's 19, she has the mind, think about it, of a 22-year-old. And on up the scale, or they're very intelligent. So when you think that you run game on them, a lot of times women let you run game on them because they already seen the game, bro. Sometimes they think it's cute. Sometimes they can't believe you got the audacity to do it. So let me help y'all out. You running your mouth about me or this movement behind my back and you telling it to females, let me help y'all out. Almost 80% of my followers are melanated sisters who have no time for little boy games, weak-ass men, scary-ass Negroes who probably in their lifetime thought that real men didn't exist anymore. And they can't wait to point you out. So lose the logo. Lose the mask. And if you've been hiding out behind the mask, your time is up. Now, one more thing. Hold on a second, y'all. Here we go. I want to send a major shout out to the hip hop artist Meek Mill. Meek, thank you for responding on behalf of hip hop. Thank you for finally speaking up while everybody else is conspicuously quiet. You see, I know that you can't make ass and titty music right now. Don't nobody want to hear bitch and nigga music right now. See, we know that that was put on you by your owners. Okay, that's why they slapped a label on you. But we don't want to hear that right now. So I thank Meek Mills for stepping up and making a song that reflects the mood of the time. I salute you, my brother. And all the other hip-hop artists out there that I've heard some folks attempt to try. But they say every movement needs a theme song. And I'm surprised I'm not flooded with more. But I salute you, my brother. The other thing that I want to talk about this morning, you're taking off masks this morning. My morning mental grand rising to all of you. And a big shout out to my man Raheem, the Grandmaster Flash and the Furious Five, Rock and Roll Hall of Famers, who graciously accepted the position of hip hop liaison and spokesperson for the NFAC. I love you, bro. And brothers, let me explain something to you. Stop being afraid to tell another brother you love him. You're quick to say you hate him, but you can't tell another brother you love him because you're thinking something crazy. I love all my brothers, and there's nothing strange about that. I love you because you're my brother from another mother. My sisters, stop being afraid to tell a sister that you love them. Stop instantly hating they brainwashed them. Matter of fact, today, what I want y'all to do, I want you to go to somebody that you know you done did wrong. You ain't got to tell them what you did. Just walk up to them and say, I'm sorry. And walk away. You ain't got to tell them what you said, what you're sorry for. Because you know you hated on them for no reason at all. You know, I got some folks that if I walk up to them and say, I'm sorry, they would think I lost my mind. But don't be afraid to say, I love you, bro. Don't be afraid to say, sis, you know what? I love you. We cannot learn to love another people until first we learn to love ourselves. I want to address another issue while I'm taking off masks this morning. You know, whenever there's a disease, Pharmaceutical companies will treat you but not cure you. When was the last time they cured something? When was the last time they cured something? Can somebody tell me the last time they cured something? No, they just keep treating you. You see, the money is in the treatment, not in the cure. There are some people in the black struggle who don't want us to win, because if we win, they have no purpose anymore. They become insignificant. Cameras don't want to hear what they have to say. Nobody cares about their motivating speeches. All of a sudden, they become insignificant next to the power of peace. So they want to keep the mess going. Well, they love mess. They dig around in it because they matter. Yes, some people just want to know that they matter. They want to make a mark. They can't make a mark any other way. They can't write a great literature piece. They can't compose musical classics. They can't learn how to cure a disease. They can't advance the civilization. So they just dig around and mess so that they matter. We'll take off those masks this morning too. So there are some individuals, and I'm just going to say this, and this will be up on all platforms, who have, and I hate people who dig around. But as you all know, this weekend you all found out that I was a former candidate for the presidency of the United States, which a lot of you all were shocked to find out you didn't know. And I came on and I talked about it, and I told you where you could go to the campaign website, and I told you that you could look it up in the FEC legislature. You could go to Ballotpedia, and you could go to all these places. I found out that there was this possibility that I could be your president today, but that's another story. We already talked about that. And if you search through my IG, you'll find a lot of pictures from my campaign. You'll see me with a lot of famous politicians because I was a candidate. I was not working for anyone. People worked for me. I was not there for a photo op. Folks came for the photo op with me. And a lot of people who did get a chance to meet me on the campaign trail, they cried and they hugged me because they said a black man is running for president again, and y'all do nothing about it because you were brainwashed and you were asleep. When we had the 9/11 memorial in New York City at the World Trade Center, all presidential candidates were required to be there. All, you remember that, don't you? That was the day that Hillary collapsed, and they had to put her in the van. Her shoe came off, and they had to rush her away to the hospital. There was even a story on WABC that she had passed away at the hospital in New York, and they immediately took that story down. People in New York know what I'm talking about. And they came out and said she had the flu, and this woman came out that was a lookalike, and she spoke to the kid. Y'all remember that? That was the same day that all presidential candidates had to be at the World Trade Center. I was there, standing right next to Hillary Clinton on one side, Donald Trump on the other side, and all the other candidates. They had us corralled in a little area while they read off the names of all the victims of 9/11, while we heard speeches from people who survived that day. You see, in order to become the president, you have to be the president of all people, not just your people. A lot of pictures were taken that day. But a lot of people don't remember that prior to that picture, prior to us going to 9/11, Donald Trump was a candidate. He was not your president. He was running for the presidency. And I had witnessed his racism firsthand in Raleigh, North Carolina, when he gave a rally that I attended as a candidate. You see, when you're a candidate, you don't just go. They sit you down in a special section. They put Secret Service around you. They protect you. Because even though we're all running, well, maybe he might win, or maybe you might win. So we got to treat you like you might be the president already. And I watched his racism firsthand. I remember they grabbed a sister girl, and they were going to throw her out. And I got up out of my seat, and I intercepted the police. And I said, you will not put your hands on this sister. And the sister girl was screaming Black Lives Matter. And I put my arm around her and said, come on, sis, I'm going to walk you out. And I walked her out of that Coliseum in Raleigh. And I looked at this man. I took some pictures. It was scary to me how bad this was going to be. I tried to warn y'all. I challenged him to a debate on race. going to be in Phoenix. So I went to Phoenix, and he was going to be there. And they were going to let me say a few words, and I was going to use it to flip on him and say, no, 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 no. I didn't come to support this man. I came to get this man. But he ran to Sheriff Arpaio's house, and they were out there. People in Phoenix know what I'm talking about. So he avoided me. So the next time I caught up with him was at the 9/11 memorial. And I said to him, you won't debate me on racism, but you'll stand next to me for a photo op. So of all the pictures that were taken, not the pictures of me and Hillary, not the pictures of me and Bernie, not the pictures of me and Bloomberg, not the pictures because I am a presidential candidate. Some of my brothers and sisters only went and pulled out the picture of me and Trump. And now they're running around creating this false narrative that, oh, he's with Trump. He's a paid agent. There you go with that scary Negro, massa mentality again. And I'm not going to be so crass as to call out who did it. But I'll tell you who they are. They're members of the Black Hebrew Israelites. Why? Because a lot of you are very good people who worship Yah. And a lot of you heard the truth over here because I give it to you straight with no chasing. And you were hearing things taught to you that you could understand. And I was speaking to your spirit. So you began to leave these false teachers and you started to come over to a real teacher. And when they saw that happening, they did just like the Pharisees. First, they tried to trick me with questions about the scripture and the doctrine until they found out that I knew it very well. And I spoke from a place of authority. Because that's what happens when Yah purposes you to speak on his behalf. But when they couldn't poke holes in my theology, they then dug around till they could find something that they could throw at the people and appeal to your base instincts and say, see. You see, the problem with black folks, as I said, when you wear masks, is that you think we can't see behind yours. I told you, jealousy, envy, hatred, and covetousness are the basis of why we hate each other. You hide behind the mask of a teacher. You hide behind the mask of being one of Yahweh's children. I am here to expose the mask. And I'm telling you today, and I'm putting you on notice, I am not like my predecessors. As a matter of fact, I'm like nothing you've ever encountered. The body may look the same, but you don't know who inhabits it right now. Someone asked me, where can I find teachings of you before 2020? Well, why don't you just go to my profile? Taking off the mask. Don't fall for people who are hating on something that you can feel in your soul. By the way, were you all paying attention to the TV? Were you mesmerized by the distractions? Or were you aware that that Thursday, they had a hearing in the Ahmaud Arbery case, and that McBrien's lawyer tried to get the charges dropped, that they did not try to imprison this young man, that he should be let go. And the state stood up, and they did a very good job of saying, you guys think we stupid if people come in here and actually ask us to dismiss the charges, and now try to say that man did not try to block this young man in, and that they didn't chase him down, and that they did not corner him, and that falsely imprisoned him when he had no obligation to stop and talk to them, and then they killed him. It's real simple. And I'm going to tell you something. If you haven't seen it, I'm going to post a clip of the hearing because I pay attention to stuff like that. I don't know where they found this old white judge. I mean, old. My man looked like he had one foot in the grave and one on a banana peel. He looked like if he hit the gavel too hard, they was going to have to say rest in peace. But they went and dug up I'm talking old school white judge. My man looked at him. He heard everything they had to say. He listened to the state. He heard everything they had to say. And then he kept looking down at his cell phone. He did it real slick like. Because while he was looking at them, He was looking at us. And he remembered what we said. You can let them walk if you want to. You can find them on a technicality. You can let them go home if you want to. You can pull that bullshit if you want to. He looking at his phone because the message is very clear. If, when you let them go, we'll be back. And we made a promise to that. He even left him a little note on his door now, a welcome home gift. So that judge looked at his phone and he looked at them. Bruh, man was cold. He didn't even talk to them. He simply said, the charges. And he read everybody's name that was charged, including the, he said, I passed them over to the Superior Court, okay, for trial. He was basically saying, pardon my language, y'all not going to get me shot up in this joint. Y'all not going to get in my house. I'm almost to glory. And if the old white man had to say that means he got his orders from an older white man who told him they're going to take one for the team. I don't care what they come up with. And the lawyers even looked like, Lord, I wish I had another job. But y'all didn't see that because they was busy distracting y'all with the TV show that's going on right now. Remember, we taking off the mask this morning. If you just joining me, grand risings to you. If you just got here, I'm letting everybody know, lose the NFAC logo. It is a mask. I want to know who you are, and everybody needs to know who they're talking to going forward. They're shadow banning us because you used the mask. They're shadow banning you because you're using the NFAC hashtag or any variation of it. They're shadow banning you. You have to realize that there's an internal war going on, y'all. There is an internal war going on even in this struggle. There are some people who want to take credit for things they haven't done. There are people who just sit around and wait for some people to do something so they can copy it. It showed y'all how to go in the streets. I have to say, and it's on my Instagram, I'm honored. I really am, for an original member of the Black Panthers that actually rode with Huey P. Newton, say that I embody the principles, the mentality, and the spirit of the original Black Panthers, not the people that they see today that call themselves Black Panthers but are walking with white people. Not the people that call themselves Black Panthers but are protesting. Black Panthers didn't protest. Black Panthers protected. Black Panthers were there as a security force, not with their fists in the air taking pictures. Please go back and look at the photographs from Brunswick. Please. So I'm honored that you all would say and thank you to the original Black Panthers out in the open. Because if I can carry the mantle forward, I will. Last thing I want to tell y'all before we get off this morning mental, as we take off mass this morning, that at some point I'm leaving. I'm not going to stay with you long. I'm going to leave soon. I hope that you will follow me. If not, I hope that you learn something. My time is almost up here. I'm not going to say I'm not going to miss you guys. I love all of you. I really do. That's why I continue to come before you, even though people tell me I should be quiet. But the power of the internet is not to be underestimated. Because if it wasn't powerful, they wouldn't ban us. If it wasn't powerful, they wouldn't try to silence us. If it wasn't powerful, they wouldn't put on a mask to try to see what we're doing. I came, I saw, I delivered my message, I led by example. But it is written that they will sing your praises on Monday, and they will crucify you on Friday. And you all have proven to me that nothing's changed. You sang my praises, and now you're starting to crucify me. So I'm going to make this real real short. Uh, I have another mission that I have accepted. I have a bigger purpose that I have accepted. But what I am going to do is I'm going to tell you that we take off the mask now. See people for who they really are. Look out for the ones that want to warn you about someone else. Anytime someone warns you or attacks another person, you have to ask yourself, and how does this profit me? When someone gets in your ear and say, I got something to tell you, but I can't tell you who said it. You have to question, well, why would you bring that to me? When somebody tells you something about another person that you don't know, don't deal with them. You have to ask yourself, how does this profit me? Why are you telling me this? People should find out who people are on their own. You never know. You might find out that I'm all right with them and I don't fuck with you. You understand what I'm saying? Be careful of the people now who are coming in the name of God. It is written, there'll be a lot of false teachers. It is written that a lot of them will come as symbols of light. A lot of them are simply practicing witchcraft. A lot of them keep you under a spell. I'm on my morning mental for real, man. But my time is short. And soon, I will leave you. And when I'm done, I want you to see if someone else comes along behind me. And who else will be walking in these shoes? I walked them. And I walked with you. And I've hung out with you. And I see how you are. And even though a lot of you want liberation, a lot of you want freedom, a lot of you want equality, a lot of you want what's due us, a lot of you want what is owed to us, a lot of you want the credit for what we have done as a people, a lot of you want justice for things that have been done to us, a lot of you want all of these things. Some of us don't want any of that. They just want things to stay the way they are right now, because if we do all of that, they won't have a purpose anymore and they won't matter. We matter because we exist. We matter because we're not extinct. We matter because some of us still remember our history. We matter because we are that we are. That we are the descendants of the tribes. That we are the children of the Most High. All of us. Just because you opened up a book and put some things in your brain does not mean that your other brothers and sisters are not children of Yah. They may be lost. They may be confused. They may have been lied to. They may have been brainwashed, but they're still children of the Most High. And you're going to have to answer to Yahweh when you meet him why you did what you did to one of his own. Remember what he said the last time y'all did this, he destroyed the world by water. And he said the next time you do it, he didn't say the next time he would. Go and read what the original scripture says. He said the next time I send somebody to talk to you, the next time I send a messenger to talk to you, to thus saith me, the next time y'all pull that same monkey shit that y'all pulled the last time, this time I'm going to destroy you by fire. And y'all doing the exact same thing again. And don't even see it. So, that's my morning mental for this morning. Take down the logo and reveal who you really are. Stop hiding behind the mask. Instagram, stop shadow banning people. Because now you're telling us who's really running the company. Same thing with Facebook. You see, we putting it together. My OGs, y'all remember Black Planet? Y'all remember Black Planet? Remember Black Planet where it was, we thought it was ran by black folks? And then we come to find out Black Planet was ran by a bunch of Japanese and Chinese folks who couldn't stand our damn guts. Oh, Black Planet went away real quick. Then we ran over to MySpace. Y'all remember MySpace? Oh, everybody was on MySpace. They was trying to do the damn thing on MySpace. 2006, 2007, you was on MySpace. Then we found out that MySpace was ran by a bunch of motherfuckers who didn't like us. And then we ended up on Facebook. And then y'all remember when Facebook blew up and everybody Facebook, people was digging up, matter of fact, they were digging up exes and shit. All kind of hell was breaking loose. People was in divorce court behind Facebook. People was catching people cheating on Facebook. You had, listen, exes were no longer exes. Old school mates were tracking you down. It was crazy. And then we left Facebook and we came to Instagram. And for a while, Instagram was dope. It was. But now, all of the mess them came over here. So now we found out that Instagram is ran by a bunch of people that really don't like us. So we ran to Twitter. And Twitter was all right for a while. But now, if you say the wrong thing on Twitter, you get banned for life. For life, it ain't no comeback. Don't y'all see what's happening? They're wearing masks, y'all. They're wearing masks. And if you do go build your own house, if you do decide you don't want to play the game no more, if you do decide that, well, maybe I'll just go build my own house and then we can go over there and have our own fun. They won't leave you alone. They'll try anything and everything. They'll attack what you built. We tried to send some people to the NFAC website and somebody say, hey, bro, when we type in your website, it takes us to something that says blackface.com, which was some insulting shit. You see, they even took the time out to try to pervert what we were doing. We can't even have nothing to ourselves. We can't have a cookout to ourselves. We can't go to the club by ourselves. We can't even date our own people by ourselves. Because every time we turn around, they come to pinky toe. They everywhere. They always want to be up in something. They actually believe they have a right to be there. Ahmaud Arbery thought he had a right to run down the street. Look what he got him. Breonna Taylor thought she had a right to sleep in her own bed after a long day at work with her man. Look what it got her. George Floyd thought he had a right to go into a store, and even if he did try to forge a check, he didn't think he was going to get killed. So, I hope y'all have a great day. Put something on your mind. Please take down the mask. And we're going to see if they still shadow ban us. Join me tonight. Facts over feelings. Oh, I got something good for you. Got something good for you. Tonight we're going to talk about the liberation and the creation of a black nation within a nation. Reparations and separation. And why integration is something that we need to target for elimination. That's tonight on Facts Over Feelings. In case y'all haven't heard, July 4th, I'm calling for the largest open carry march in all history, comprised of nothing but black folks. Yeah. Somebody called it, I called it Black Guns March, because I'm not calling for a number. The location I will reveal shortly, but I don't want to give the white man a chance to try to sabotage it. And no, you don't have to be a member of INFAC to participate. All you have to do is be black and able to open carry. And we are going to assemble the largest open carry armed march that this country has ever seen. That is a display of power that this country doesn't think we're capable of. Stay tuned for details. I'll let you know. So I bid you a good day. If you're back on your job with your sinister co-workers, just watch your back. If you're still stuck in the house because you lost your job, don't worry, Yahweh got you. And if you ain't got nothing better to do but dig around and mess, take off the mask because we want to see you. You see, I like for you to kiss me first before you do me. And a lot of y'all ain't got no style. Incidentally, if you have submitted your email for membership into the NFAC, let me tell you what we're doing, since some of y'all don't get it. If you've already submitted your email, it's in our database. When I start the recruitment drive, when I visit your city, several cities, not just every city, but several, when you come up to us and talk to us, we should be able to look in the database and see your email address. If we don't find it, that means you knew nothing about this. So who sent you? So all of you all pretty much just signed the visitor book. So we know who's in, who's always been down when we come to your town to swear you in, put you down, and activate your chapter. in your city, then you can police yourself. You can police your own neighborhoods. You can police the police. You can go and feed the children. You can escort people to school. When the police pull up, somebody already know the law. You can do all those things yourselves, and we will have sanctioned it for you. So please stay tuned for that. So if you're wondering why I didn't get my email, I didn't get this, I didn't get that, we know who you are. We know exactly who you are. But we got a lot of spies. We got a lot of people who infiltrate. We got a lot of people who work for the other side. So you did your part. You gave us what we wanted. And that's all we need. The next part is for you to get through us, to get sworn in. That's all I'm going to say at this time. If no one has told you, I love you. I really do. No one wants to tell you that all day. If he over there with an attitude, Queen, I love you. If she walking around playing head games, bruh, I love you too. Okay? If mama ain't told you, if daddy ain't told you, I love you too. I love all my people. We may not be perfect, but we all we got right now. To all my folks overseas, I love all of y'all, because y'all showing me that y'all was just waiting for us to get our act together so y'all could do the damn thing over there. Big shout out to the UK for throwing the statue at the slave trader in the late. I fell out when I saw that. Big shout out to the people in Birmingham who decided to tear down the Confederate statue. You know what? I was doing cartwheels. I thought that I never was so happy in all my days. Y'all keep letting them know that this is it. We're not going back to sleep. We're not going backwards no more. It took y'all a while, but my people are awake and they are beginning to walk. And I support and I salute everything you do. But just remember, this is just the beginning. Because y'all got to remember something. I'm going to leave y'all with this. A shot hasn't been fired yet. So you can't act like you won anything. No revolution is won without a shot being fired. So walking around with a weapon is one thing. Taking a shot at someone is another. And we have street law. Don't pull your weapon unless you're prepared to shoot somebody. It's not for show. And it's not to send a message. It's to end the message. The shot is the period. I'm not taking this shit no more. Boom. We're not getting brutalized no more. Boom. You're not going to disrespect us as a race anymore. Boom. No justice, no peace. Boom. Oh, Black Lives Matter. Boom. Until you fire a shot, we don't hear you. Stop begging us to do something you don't have the backbone to do yourself. Peace and love, black folks. Everybody else, get in where you fit in. And remember, this is our time. You had yours. And please give us ours. We're not getting in your way. Don't get in ours. And remember, y'all, a lot of people you're talking to today, they're wearing masks. Take down that logo. Lose it. Otherwise, you're going to identify yourself as an infiltrator to us. Okay? I'm going to say by the end of this day, every profile I see with an NFAC logo, I'm going to block you because you heard what I said. Now, if you choose not to do it, then that just tells me that whoever you are behind that, you're not who you say you are. Assalamu alaikum and shalom. Peace and light.